Now, the chief prosecutor of the International Criminal Court is seeking an arrest warrant for Myanmar's top military leader for crimes against humanity. The warrant for General Min Aung Hlaing is over the alleged deportation and persecution of the Rohingya, a mainly Muslim minority. Back in 2017, Myanmar's military launched an offensive that some UN investigators labelled a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. Hundreds of thousands fled the violence, mostly to neighbouring Bangladesh. A panel of 3 ICC judges will now consider the request. Brussels correspondent Jack Parrott can tell us more. Welcome, Jack. What else has the chief prosecutor been saying in his submission?
Yes, so it's a pretty standard submission for the arrest warrant that he's requesting, and it says essentially that Min Aung Hlaing is criminally responsible for crimes against humanity of deportation and persecution. They are the crimes that they are focusing on and the ones that they believe they have the most evidence against him in order to try and get him to have the arrest warrant to hopefully, from the eyes of the court and the prosecutor at least, to be transferred to The Hague to face trial for these crimes. He released a video message. He said that Karim Khan, the prosecutor, saying that their investigation had been independent and impartial, and that they have extensive evidence, including credible photo material of the crimes that have been committed. And that's what has to happen at the International Criminal Court. There has to be enough evidence in order for the arrest warrants to be approved. Also, interestingly, the ICC prosecutor, Karim Khan, he said that this is the first application for an arrest warrant in Myanmar, but he said very clearly that from his point of view, more will follow.
And the way this submission is being presented, I understand, is somewhat different.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. So he came out in a video where he was sort of in a suit, stood in sort of very serious backdrop with other legal experts behind him as he delivered this message that he was requesting this arrest warrant at the International Criminal Court. But subsequently in the material that they released, they also released a video of him stood in Bangladesh at a refugee camp where the Rohingya are, where he has visited on numerous occasions, where he was talking to those people that had fled Rakhine State as far back as you know, over a decade ago, but predominantly related to the situation that happened in 2016 and 2017, to where the crimes are based and where they've been investigated. And he spoke directly to them. And this is part of the International Criminal Court, which is sort of struggling internationally for reputation at the moment, trying to show that it's not just some big court in The Hague that is trying different people or going after particular leaders for a political motive, but rather, I mean, the optics of this would suggest that Karim Khan, the prosecutor, is trying to show, listen, we're down here with the people that are affected by these kinds of crimes, and we're trying to get justice for them. That's probably why those videos were released simultaneously. OK, now this is the same court that confirmed the arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just under a week ago. Is there anything to read into the timing? Yeah, it's definitely interesting timing. 1 week after that, when there's been so much pressure on the court for what it did, and many different governments that would be considered pro-Israel coming out and saying that the court has been being used for sort of politicised reasons. Essentially, I think the timing of this just 1 week after is trying to show that there's a movement towards the court, and at least the prosecutor's office, that's all Karim Khan has to be able to do, to be able to control, is that they're just doing the work of the court. They're continuing their work on the situations that they've been working on for many, many years. And that's why this comes just a week afterwards. Also, it is interesting to note that there is something of a scandal related to some allegations of misconduct by Karim Khan himself that's going on at the moment. OK, thank you for that, Jack. DW Brussels correspondent Jack Parrott.